Hello and welcome back to Lorcana Villain. My name is Baker, and today is sort of like the DLC for my previously released location control video. I mentioned, the video ended up really overrunning, but I mentioned at the end of the video that there was actually a final match that I wanted to show you, a 2 out of 3 game against Amethyst, Sapphire, Jafar. And I said if we hit the like goal of 75 likes on the previous video, then I would do this as its own standalone thing. That video has actually only been up for like 2 hours and 33 minutes. And we're already at 40 likes, so massive thank you to that. And yeah, we're already over halfway there after a couple of hours, so I am fairly confident that we will hit the like goal. It's currently midnight in the UK. It's Friday, Thursday night. I'm going to be gone all of tomorrow because I'll be doing Lorcana things, and I'll be doing Lorcana things on Saturday, and then I'll be home Saturday evening. So I'm recording this now, and if by that point we've hit the like goal, then I will release it. For full information about this deck and a full walkthrough of all of it, if you haven't already seen, go check out the latest video, which will be linked below, and we'll talk through it in detail and everything's purpose and go through some considerations, etc. But by and large, I'm going to assume that you've already seen that. So let's jump straight in to a very interesting game against Sapphire, Amethyst, Jafar. So let's jump in. Going first, game 1, which is always a fantastic start. Get rid of the vault door and those locations. We don't need to see them. Grandma Tala for a turn 3, singing 1 jump ahead and playing Fishbone Quill is pretty good. So we take those. We get another Quill, Heart of Defeaty, and Nick Wild. We ink one of our Fishbone Quills. Pass to them. They ink a Let It Go and throw down the new Rafiki, who gets Challenger 3 when challenging. And an ability against hyenas, which is nearly irrelevant at the moment. We have one hyena in Emerald, but in the future I'm sure that ability will be very, very useful. We draw a Be Prepared, we ink McDuck Mana, throw down our Grandma Tala and pass. We ramp in, they ink a Cruella de Vil and throw down Cruella de Vil. Quest up with that Rafiki, it's nice and safe. We ink a Develop Your Brain, which we just drew. Apparently I took my time with this move because I'm already on the clock, but we sing 1 jump ahead with Grandma Tala. We throw down the Heart of Defeaty. Yes, so this was worth mentioning. So that was a choice between that or Fishbone Quill. I definitely don't want to throw any of the cards in my hand. I've got no card draw going on at the moment. Whereas Heart of Defeaty, not this turn, but from next turn, I can pay 2 to just exert from the top of the deck. So because I haven't got any card draw going on, that's why I decided to go with the Heart of Defeaty instead of the Fishbone Quill, which is one advantage to the Heart. They throw down their own Fishbone Quill, ink something, and challenge him with Rafiki, taking Tala, banishing her and turning her into ink. They play a Porpsicle to draw a card, pass over, we draw Agrabah, we tilt our Heart of Defeaty, going up to 6 ink, but we don't have a whole lot more going on. We throw down the Fishbone Quill, I opt not to accelerate, I don't need to, I can get Be Prepared online just by inking one of the other cards in my hand, and again, I've got like nothing going on, so no need to rush those cards out of our hand for ink when there's nothing to do with it. They throw down a Flavisham, pop their Porpsicle, draw a couple of cards, ink a Rafiki, throw down another Ice Cream to draw again. Some more accelerated inking with their Fishbone Quill. They quest up with Rafiki and Cruella de Vil and pass. So we've not had a good start at all, really. It's just like I mentioned in the last video, this deck can feel like it lives and dies by Flavisham. So yeah, missing it can feel so bad. But we draw a Develop Your Brain, we ink the Nick Wild at last, and we throw down this Be Prepared. More than anything, I'm not so worried about them questing, but this Flavisham is just going to sit there and just keep drawing them cards. They might have another one, but at least make them play it. So I do think this is a pretty fair Be Prepared just to stop them overdrawing. They play Friends on the other side and draw anyway. Ink Cruella de Vil, down goes the Rabbit for some more draw, which fair enough, they're on an Amethyst deck. They Fishbone Quill, we draw another Be Prepared, we throw down Develop Your Brain, choosing the McDuck Mana over Grandma Tala because we need to get some lore on board. Rent is due, my guys, rent is due. Pass over to them. They throw down the Queen's Castle, challenge into McDuck Manor with Merlin, bounce it back with their Fox, challenge again, but McDuck Manor is mighty and stands the test of challenges. So it lives, but they move the Fox into the Queen's Castle. Pass over to us. We gain 2 lore. We draw a Nick Wild. I would love a Porpsicle. I would have loved a Porpsicle, but Hey, there you go. We throw him down, though, just to be a presence, a body, and we can quest with him. We throw down Agrabah and pass. They go to 5 Lord because of their Queen's Castle. Ink Rafiki, throw down Jafar, striking Illusionist. They move it to the Queen's Castle immediately. They finish off McDuck Manor with the Fox and pass over to us. Thankfully, we have this second Be Prepared. We choose to challenge into the Queen's Castle. I could have just quested there, but this Queen's Castle is bad, and by doing this 2 chip damage, it means that I can now take it out in one with Maui. Not that I have one, but I'd like to leave that open to me. So we be prepared the board, pass over. They gain 2 lore from the Queen's Castle, throw down a rabbit, bouncy drawing things, bounce it back with the Fox, keep drawing, just keep drawing, challenge into Agrabah. It does survive the hit. They ink another Queen's Castle, accelerate ink with their Fishbone Quill, so they're at 11 now, throw down another Porpsicle for some more draw, and finally pass to us. We draw another Nick Wild, just not what we needed, but we throw down McDuck Manor and Nick Wild, just play out our hand and pass over. They gain 2 lore and draw extra cards because of the Queen's Castle. They go into Agrabah with Fox, throw down the Hades to banish our Nick, throw down Flavisham, and they have just absolutely run away with this. And just us, I feel like just us missing Flavisham has stopped us being able to get back into the game, which is like it's the thing when your deck has so little card draw in it. Like, don't get me wrong, Flavisham is a machine. Like, him alone, he can get so much value, and sometimes just getting him down on the board once and getting 2. Like putting him down, banishing an item, and the next turn quest, banish an item. Sometimes a 4-card draw can just be enough to keep you in. So yeah, it really hurts to miss. We draw Agrabah. I just concede at this point. So we are a game down. Not a good start against Sapphire Amethyst Jafar. But game 2, we're going first. Get rid of that Vault Door, the Montanui. Yeah, we keep everything. We throw everything except Tala and Develop Your Brain. I feel like I should have kept Fishbone Quill here. Again, these games were all mixed up. I'm not sure if this was my first, my second, my 8th game with Jafar. Experimenting with different things, trying to work out what was best to hold. But I do think Fishbone Quill quite often. I think it was because I knew how punished I got in that last game by missing Flavisham. So I was just like trying to maximize the odds. I probably still should have kept the Quill, but I think that was what was going through my mind. And we've got to Develop Your Brain here. We draw some cards to Be Prepared. We ink the Vault Door, throw down Develop Your Brain. We do find Flavisham, which makes me feel also good. Ink the Queller de Vil, throw down an Ice Cream to draw a card and pass back to us. We ink the Nick Wild, which, yeah, I think is right with this particular hat. We could have inked the Develop Your Brain. But we haven't seen a Porpsicle, so there's no real reason. They inked Ink Friends on the other side, throw down Queller de Vil, and pass. We draw a Maui, we ink that Develop Your Brain. Down goes Fishbone Quill. We quest with Tala, and I do pass. I could have accelerated one of the Be Prepareds here, but I don't massively feel the need. Yes, I mean, to be fair, if I really want to play Maui next turn, I still can. Next turn I can ink and then accelerate with Quill. So yeah, I'm just leaving myself open, really. I get punished by Judy Hopps banishing it, but I don't remember seeing one of those in the last game. So yeah, sometimes the choice between whether or not you want to immediately tilt the Fishbone Quill and get something out of your hand, or leave it to the next turn. It depends on the rest of your hand, really. But I wouldn't have held it against you if you think that I should have pushed the Be Prepared into the Inkwell there. But we pass. They ink a Cogsworth, quest with Queller de Vil, throw down the Fox, bouncing Queller back, banishes my Tala. That does put me to 4 ink, which does help. We draw a third Be Prepared, which is not really what I needed right now, but there you go. I do choose to accelerate one at this point, and I just take out this Fox. I know I can put down Flavisham next turn, so I'm happy with that move. They ink Queller de Vil, throw down another Flavisham, so all the draw for them. We draw a 1 jump ahead. We accelerate the 1 jump ahead. Throw down Flavisham, get myself a 2-card draw. Begging to find an item. We do find another Quill. So we pass. They draw, throw down another Ice Cream, draw themselves a card. Quest the Flavisham to draw some more cards. Look at that hand. All the cards that ever did was. They ink Rafiki, throw down the Fishbone Quill, and now they're going to start taking advantage of that large hand and accelerating. Throw down Queller de Vil, and pass over to us. We draw Montanui, throw down the Fishbone Quill. We accelerate the Quill. Throw away the Quill to throw away the one on our hand to draw more cards. Yeah, we challenge into Flavisham. I get banished in return. I trade, but more than worth it to get rid of the drawing machine and pass over. There's no point inking. The Mauis are too important. So yeah, pass over to them. They ink another Cogsworth, throw down Rabbit, drawing. Accelerate with Fishbone, and play another Friends on the other side. All the draw that ever did was. They quest Cruella de Vil. We draw Heart of Tefiti, which is our only item. So I do throw it down, immediately Accelerate ink, banish it to draw some more cards, and now I'm feeling a little bit better. Unfortunately, didn't have a 2-drop to put down, but they only have 2 lore on board, so I'm not too concerned. They throw down Hades, get rid of our Flavisham, which is fine. I'm holding 2 Be Prepared in my hand here. They ink, they accelerate more ink with the Quill. Quest away to 5, and pass over to me. We draw Agrabah. We get down. There's no point playing Be Prepared here. They don't have a lot of ink on the board. That would be a waste in my opinion. I want to get far more value, especially when I've got Mauis here. And they've not got a huge hand, so yeah, I can deal with this board quite comfortably. So yeah, we challenge and throw down McDuck Manor to start building, getting some lore ourselves. Now they throw down Elsa. Which obviously they didn't need to exert my Maui. He was already exerted. I think they just want to get characters on board so that they can take out McDuck Manor. Although interesting to say that Elsa and Hades into McDuck Manor. The mana stands, guys. The mana stands. But it's more lore on board, and it's that they do need to get rid of my locations. So you could think that's a bit of a waste of an Elsa, but at the same time, they do need to be able to respond to this McDuck Manor, and they must be aware that I can race them. But they've also got to be aware that I must be playing Be Prepared, so I'm not sure of the rest of their hand, so I can't judge too harshly. But nonetheless, they quest Hades, ink Cogsworth, pass over to me. I still don't feel the need to play the Be Prepared, because I go one-on-one into this Hades, and then this Elsa, if it wants to go into me, then fine, you take yourself out, and if you want to challenge, if you want to challenge my location or quest, then I'm taking you out. So again, always try and get full value out of your Be Prepared. We throw down the RLS Legacy. Would have been lovely to have moved him to it, although to be fair, like I said, if they want to trade with me, then I'm happy with that. They quest away, they return it with Fox, fair enough. Absolutely fair. If you've got the Fox to be able to bounce it back, then does make sense. So yeah, they trade with me, and then they throw down the Striking Illusionist Jafar. They accelerate with the Fishbone and pass over to me. I would have loved an item here to be able to have just played Launch, but alas, I do not have one, so I have to play the Be Prepared. Well, I don't have to, but they're at 10 lore. They're going to have rabbits, more friends on the other side, things like that, so let's just get this Jafar out of here. So we just play the Be Prepared, we ink the Tala, throw down Agrabah, and at this point, I'm now on a 6 lore gain, which is value, my friends. They throw down Flavisham, get rid of their item to draw more cards. They throw down the Elsa because they recognize that I'm really accelerating lore here. That takes me to 15. I have the second Be Prepared. I don't think it mattered hugely because if I wasn't playing that, then I was playing McDuck Manor, and they can only take out with that board, they could have only taken out one of my locations. So putting down McDuck Manor would have meant I would still be gaining 6 at the start of my next turn. They don't have access to Maui or anything like that. So I don't think the Be Prepared actually mattered there. As long as I put down this location, then it was game, and they do indeed concede, and they accept the game 3. The rent is due, Jafar. The rent is due. Going second, obviously. We hold on to one of the Mauis. I know they're going to be important for everything else back there. We finally find a Porpsicle. Praise the Lord for ice cream. So yeah, much happier with that. They ink a Flavisham. Down goes Rafiki. We draw another Maui. Ink the Agrabah. Yeah, all these Mauis are valuable as far as I'm concerned. Like, against any deck, really, because them and Be Prepared is your board control. Like, that's pretty much it. There's things like Launch, Teeth and Ambitions, but those are your main things to control the board. So I really don't want to be throwing them away for no reason. I've got lots of locations in this deck. So we play them Porpsicle, draw ourselves a card, get ourselves a Grammar. They ink friends on the other side. Throw down Cruella de Vil, ink the Rafiki. Pass over to us, we get a Nick Wild. We ink that Develop Your Brain. Down goes Grandma Tala, because I'm pretty sure I'm going turn 3 Fishbone Quill, and then turn 4 will be a Maui play of some description. They ink a Fox, down goes Fishbone Quill, accelerate their ink, quest with Rafiki, quest with Cruella. I find Teeth and Ambitions. I opt to just play this, sing it, to get rid of the Cruella de Vil, and it puts it in my inkwell. I ink the other one, play my Quill. I know that Maui go into Rafiki. I'm not going to take any damage because he's got zero strength. They ink and let it go. They put down the Queen's Castle, move Rafiki there, and then empty their hand by tilting their quill. So they got 6 ink and nothing going on. And because my hand was already pretty good, but because I just drew Flavisham, I'm feeling pretty darn good. We choose to take out the Rafiki. I know I can go into the Queen's Castle next turn with Maui and second Maui. I can't take it out this turn, so we're far better off taking out the Rafiki, which stopped them questing with that. Plus, they would be able to challenge into our Maui. They take themselves out, but they're doing 3 damage. Plus, I don't know if they're going to use that character. Let's just get rid of it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? They tilt the quill for something, but clearly haven't got a whole lot going on. We draw Grandma Tala. We double into the Queen's Castle, get it out of here. Unless it's on my side of the field. Weird blackout there, but we good. They drew, didn't do anything. Didn't even accelerate it. Didn't ink or accelerate the fishbone. So clearly something they want to play, but not playing. It might be an Elsa, to be fair. So they pass over to us. We draw some ice cream. Down goes the Flavisham. And now this deck is working like the machine it is meant to. We sing How Far I'll Go. I choose to take the RLS Legacy. I could have taken the Montanui and been able to play it this turn. But I think I was pretty heart set on I was going to be playing Porpsicle. So it didn't matter. We draw a Vault Door. We choose just to ink it. Pass over to them. They sing Friends on the other side off the top. They accelerate one of those cards from the top. They sing Let It Go, getting rid of my Maui, which, yeah, it's an important piece. I probably still would have gone Flavisham, to be honest. But they pass over to us. We draw another How Far I'll Go. Down goes the RLS Legacy. We quest with Flavisham, pop the ice cream, draw ourselves a couple more cards, sing How Far I'll Go, get ourselves a McDuck Manor, which goes straight on the field. And real estate is strong. The Monopoly meta is here, my guys. Monopoly meta, that's what this be. They play Porpsicle, get themselves a more card draw. Somehow they've managed to draw really well from topping, but there you go, Amethyst things. They ink the Striking Illusionist. He could not afford the rent. I know I keep making that joke, and I'm not going to stop. They pass over to us. We develop our brain, because we does need it. We throw down McDuck Manor. We don't throw down. We do throw down Montanui. Quest up with Flavisham. We do get rid of the Quill at this point. No reason not to. I'm pretty well ramped, and let's just draw more cards. We sing One Jump Ahead with Maui, because why not? He can't quest. Down goes Tala, and look at this. We've got 2, 4, 6. We're getting a 7 net lore gain just for these locations, and how are they dealing with them? And this is the beautiful thing about locations, because we like, other than is it Wrath of the Titans? I think it's Wrath of the Titans, the steel card that's just destroy location. And then there's a couple of chip cards that do damage to locations, like Baboom, and Long Came Zeus, but there's no board wipes, there's no grabby swords, there's no be prepared, and this is what I mean when I said the other day, like, decks just aren't prepared to be able to deal with this aggressive location flood of the board, because there's no cards that can just deal with them all. You need to already have an established board, or you need to be playing Maui, and even Maui doesn't take out these, like, 4-cost locations. So, and all your removal, your Hades, your Maleficent, locations do not care. I think this deck's really good, guys. I really do. I think this is really good. They play down Hades. Look at all that lore. Oh, just past go. I collect 200 lore. We move our characters to the RLS Legacy just for good measure, and victory is ours. So there you go. Locations slapping Jafar about. I know that that's not the typical best way to play Jafar, probably, definitely. But I think it's an interesting way to do it. I do like Sapphire Amethyst as a pairing. And like, I feel like it was quite a good deck. I would be intrigued to build one myself. But yeah, just real estate taking the dub. Rent is due, and a lot of the meta just can't afford it, my guys. So hopefully you enjoyed that. Just as a last ending message, I mentioned in my last video, which again, if you haven't seen it, go watch it. But yeah, I told a little story about my mum finally completing Breath of the Wild after 2 years. The Ganon Slayer, as one very kind commenter put it. And I just want to say big up for everyone that left a supportive message, just saying big up Mama Villain, congrats, all that stuff. That really was lovely to read through. I'm going to show her all those messages as well, and I'm sure they'll probably make her cry. So big up, yeah, appreciate yous. But that's it from me for now. Hopefully you enjoyed this shorter video, just one match. Rent is due. Can you afford it? Let me know. But if you're brand new to the channel, please subscribe for all things Lorcana. Hit the like button to show your support, and we'll see you soon.